Hey guys, so today is Wednesday, October, someday in October. So I finally got that really chill day that I wanted. So I went to the library and it was like the perfect day to go to the library because it was all raining and wet and cold, and I just feel like those are really great days to curl up in the warm, cozy like library or bookstore or even in my bed, and I got to dress all warm, like I wore my sweater and a scarf and my Uggs and jeans, and it was really nice, and it was raining, and it was just the perfect day. The perfect day. Since I've been watching a lot of book reviews lately and like book hauls and bookshelf tours, I've been really inspired to read, and I actually signed up, sort of like reactivated, started using again my Goodreads account, so I'll put the link below if you want to keep up with what I'm reading and what I want to read and what I have read, because I don't know, I read a lot. Blah 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 blah. I got in the like young adult section, and it is Tiger Lily, and it was written by Jodi Lynn Anderson. Jodi Lynn Anderson. I can read. And it's about the story of Peter Pan and Tiger Lily, like the relationship that they had before he met Wendy and all of that. So, and it's sort of also about the whole Peter Pan story from Tiger Lily's perspective. And I've always loved Peter Pan, and Tiger Lily, I've always liked Tiger Lily. I always thought she was super cute, like in the Disney cartoon, and she's really interested me, and I really like the name Tiger Lily, which probably fit it in. Okay, so these are sort of like my guilty reads. I have been reading this series since I was like a sophomore in high school, maybe even a freshman, because throughout all of pretty much high school, my obsession was with vampire novels for a really big chunk of it, and I've always liked vampires, and then I don't know, they became super cool again, and there was all these vampire novels coming out for young adults, and I read like all of them. And one of the series that I really liked, I could never wait, like waiting for the next one to come out, was impossible for me, and it was the Marked series by PC Cast and her daughter Kristen Cast. So I got the next 3 books after where I left off from, and they'll be super easy reads. Like, they usually take me 2 days a piece, and I'll want to continue the series right away, so I was just like, I'm gonna get all 3 of them, because if I wait, I'm gonna drive myself insane. I've done this one too many times to not be prepared. This book, The Gates by John Connolly, and it's definitely in spirit of Halloween. Well, let me just tell you. Can one small boy defeat evil? Can he harness the power of science, faith, and love to save the world as we know it? Bursting with imagination and impossible to put down, The Gates is about the pull between good and evil, physics and fantasy. It's about a quirky and eccentric boy who's impossible not to love, and the unlikely cast of characters who give him the strength to stand up to the demonic power. In this wonderfully strange and brilliant novel, John Connolly manages to recreate the magical and scary world of childhood that we've left behind but so love to visit. And for those of you who thought you knew everything you could about particle physics and the universe, think again. This novel makes anything seem possible. Got 2 Agatha Christie novels, because in my in my British literature class in high school, we went through a mystery like section where we had to read a mystery book, and I read And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and I could not put it down. Agatha Christie is not the kind of author who would write a book that I would fall asleep reading. She writes the kind of book that I avoid sleeping to finish reading. Okay? So, just let me explain my Agatha Christie obsession first. Okay, so the first book that I got from Agatha Christie is 3 Blind Mice And it's about this homicidal maniac who locks up this group of party in the house during a storm, and it's about them surviving and like what he does and stuff. Basically, it sounds just like it's gonna be like And Then There Were None. So that seemed perfect since that's one of my favorite books by her. So got that. And then I got The Secret of Chimneys, which is about this guy Anthony who's looking for like a quick dollar and a great adventure. So this guy pays him to deliver what he's told is just like proof that there's an affair between some royal count or something, and he has to take it to a London publisher, but really it has like proof of murder and blackmail in it and all of this stuff, and this guy's been following him the entire time, and then the guy dies, but he doesn't know who the guy is, so he has to retrace all of his steps so we can find out what the guy's identity is and solve the great mystery of the entire story. And then the next 3 books that I got are classics, just because I felt like some classic knowledge should be used. So I got F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby, and I have never actually read this book, which is kind of sad and I feel really bad for, which is why I got it. And I also got Siddhartha by Herman Hesse, just because I've been meaning to read this for quite some time since Canon actually read it, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to read that. And then I've been like on a mission to read it, so I just got it from the library, and if I really like it, I can just go out and buy my own copy. It's like test driving a car. It's The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway, and I've heard a lot of really mixed reviews about this, but I did hear also one review that seemed pretty honest, and it's that it's a really small novel, as you can tell, so the whole thing is really just this guy fishing, and it's sort of about him finding himself, so it's not really an exciting page turner. It's more of a deep, meaningful book, I guess. I'm not a professional at this. But anyway, so I read the first few pages and I decided to read it because it was on my to-read list. It was a possibility, and it looks like the possibility is going to become attempted. And the very last thing that I got is kind of nerdy, but I decided that it was way better than buying them myself, and it is a comic book. That's right, you can get those at the library. They call them graphic novels for the official term, and the one that I got is Black Widow, The Name of the Rose, by a lot of names that I can't now pronounce. Yep, it's just the comic book about Black Widow. You know, she's in the Avengers. She's pretty popular right now. She has a little thing with Iron Man and with Wolverine, so she's got to be pretty badass, because those are some pretty amazing guys to have an affair with. And she's a Russian freaking assassin. What else is cooler than that? But now I have to go cuddle up in my bed with my blankets and read, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.